Today I'm going to go through the Vasantha Varnam quite quickly because I'm not going to now focus on how you're going to mark the phrases, where you're going to underline the talam and mark the pauses and so on, because for those of you who are following my channel, I am sure you have followed the Mohanam, how exhaustively I've talked about these three things that I mentioned just now. This video tutorial is going to be totally focusing on the techniques that you have to employ to be able to express a ragam, because very shortly, by the time we finish 8 or 10 varnams, you're going to be moving into the kirtanas, where this knowing how to use the techniques is going to be a big asset, because without that a Vainika will never be able to express the sahityam, the ragam, the emotion, moods, whatever you talk about, characteristics can never be brought on. So I'm going to use this Vasantha Varnam. It's freshness. The Varnam is full of divinity. There is a meditative effect to it. There is a kind of a freshness to the ragam. All of these feelings you will have to bring out through the song. So let's go and see what techniques we are going to employ to be able to express all of these characteristics. Before we do anything, you just have to sing the notation, the song, so that you know how the flow is happening. That is very important. Ga ma da ni ni da ni sa da ni sa ni da da ni da da ma ga re sa ni Kori you na ra. This is the Pallavi first avartanam, first line. So before you even get to play what I am going to teach just now, listen to this Swaram and the Sahityam 2-3 times so that it sinks inside you. The movement of the ragam, the flow of the Sahityam should sink inside you. Also, please notice all the pauses. Ga ma da ninne ko. All these three notes have some sahityam to it. So it's fine to strike all of them. But I would suggest that the ga ma da is played as ma ga ma da. Ma ga, one strike. That will be actually the ga. The ga ma da ga, you're playing it as ma ga. One strike. Then from ga you push into ma. And from ma into da. A pure melodic note that da is, you need to push, you need to oscillate that note in order to be able to express whatever this note is trying to say. So, ni ni da ni sa o ri. So since akaram is coming in that ni ni da ni, so you play that entire thing in one strike. And then from ni to sa. Da ni sa ni da da ni you da ni sa ni da. In one strike you play the da ni sa ni da. Da ni da da ma ga ma ga re sa. So what do? You na ra. So there are three blocks to it. Da ni sa ni dha is one block. Da ni da dhamma is one block. Gama garisa is one block. So you take these three blocks, each one of them one strike each. Strike da. Da ni sa ni da. Where sa is taken in ni itself. You push the sa in ni. Watch this. Da, ni, sa, ni, da. I never went to sa for the sa. I took the sa in ni itself. Then, da, ni, da, da, ma, na. One strike, mind you. But you should do all the oscillations and other things that you have to do for the da and just slide into ma flat. See how I push into the knee. This is also very important. The knee was pushed, the was oscillated, and ma comes silently. So all these 5 notes together in one strike, but with individual attention to the individual notes. Ragamagarisa. Now the ma will be played in ga itself and all of these notes in one strike. Watch this. When you take your hand out from the string, just strike the string a little bit with your index finger like this and take it out. Once again, I'm going to play the whole thing. It's actually a very simple Pallavi, very few strikes if you notice it. The next line. Re sa ni da ni sa re sa ni sa ga ma da da ni sa ga re sa ni da ma ga da ma ga re sa ni na ru ji ne lu ko ra re sa ni da ni ne na. Re sa ni one strike, da ni one strike, and this is happening on the second string because you have the ni and da which are in the mantra style. So what you do is for the re sa ni, you push from da into sa. Watch this. One strike I'm doing re sa ni with the re pushed in sa. Re sa ni, and from ni you're going to strike ni and say da ni in one strike. So together the re sa ni da ni will have only two strikes. Re sa ni happening in one strike and da ni in one strike. The re sa ni off will be where the re is pushed in sa itself. For that you have to use the help of da. One thing on the Veena you have to understand, wherever you have to push one note within a previous note, then you have to take the help of another note before it, because the push has to happen in such a way that you clearly hear the re. Re is somewhere here. Sorry. Re is somewhere here. Now to get that re in sa, you have to do a push from da. Re sa ni. Re goes behind, sa comes forward with two shakes, and then the ni. You slide out into the ni. And from ni you strike and say da ni ni na ru chi sa re sa ni sa ga. Sa re one strike, sa ni sa ga one strike. Ru chi. So you see that you're following the sahityam below to do the strikes. So sa re, play the re in sa itself, sa re, and then sa ni sa ga. The ga is here behind the da. Sa re one strike, sa ni sa ga one strike. Ma da da ni. And when you do go into the da, do push the da. You need to give that da, that oscillation to get the melody out of it. Again I'll say runchi, runchi, ne lu sa ga re sa ni da. So you're in ni. Your fingers have now reached ni after the mother da ni. You have to say sa ga re. I'm going to take this ga which is here way up. This is the ga, sa ga, but I'm going to push that in re. For that I take the help of sa. So when I say, nicely use your hand dynamics, tighten these two fingers when you're pushing into the re. Because when you're tightening these fingers, you're taking the help of these small muscles of the hand. And with this energy, the pushes, it seems very easy, to get that ga which is about 3 notes away into your re itself. So another technique which you need to keep following if you have to get these kind of gamakams, these kind of expressions. So sa ga re, the ga is happening in re. Then sa ni da one strike. That sa ga re was one strike. Sa ni da, sa ga re sa ni da. Ko sa ni da ma ga. Now this will be pushed in. Sa ni will be sa pushed in ni. It is so easy. The ragam itself helps you to move silently 5-6 notes easily. The ragam aids you. All you have to do is to follow a right technique. Be aware of how your hands are getting in contact to your veena. So sa ni da ma ga, and now the ma ga re sa. Da is way out 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth note away. But you're going to push the da from ga. Some of these sounds in music itself is a little bit of a perception. See, da ma. I am nowhere near that exact frequency. But don't you see that you get that expression here? So push it from ga into ma and say da ma ga re sa. Instead of saying, some of you will say, no, that sounds more beautiful. But you have to understand, every time you can't reach the pure note. Somewhere you need to try and express that note in a lower note. That is what we are doing. Getting the da in ma. I'll play this once again for you. So now we go to the Anupalani. Da, ma, da. Notice that 3 matras. All of the pauses you need to mark at the top. 2 matras means you have to put 2 at the top. 3 means you have to put 3, 4. Accordingly, please mark out the pauses and play accordingly. If it doesn't happen, your talam is gone. So very, very aware of the pauses. Da, ma, da, ni, da, ma, ga, re, sa, ma, ga, ma, sa, re, sa, ma, ga, ma, da, ni, sa. 4 matras sa. Panna, ga, sa, ya, no, do, shri, da. You can do the da. Tighten these 2 fingers in da itself directly. The last time when you finished the pallavi end was in sa. The ma ga re sa. Your hands are free now. So you can either do the da in da itself like this. Take the string a little bit behind before you even do your strike. The string is a little bit behind. You strike, take it a little more backward and then bounce back forward. So it's a 3-dimensional motion. The string is already pushed a little bit behind, little bit. See, now whatever I am saying is a little, it's only reflected from my point of view, right? You need to feel it, listen to it, understand how much pressure you have to give, how much of push you have to give according to the sound that you are creating. It cannot go very jarring or it cannot go too sharp. So, take the string a little bit backward, strike, push a little more further down and come forward. The, and all the time in your head you are going to say the, to keep the 3 pause notes intact. Again. Panna, da, ma, da. The da, ma, da will be 1 strike. Ni, da, ma, ga. 1 strike. Ni, oscillated, da, oscillated, and then coming straight into ma. Sha, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. We have already done this ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ma and ga. When you take your hand out of the string, just strike the string and take your hand out. Once again, panna, ga, sa. Ya, no, ma, ga, ma, sa, re. Either you do the sari on the first string. I would personally prefer go to the second string for the sari, where the re is pushed in sa itself. Sa, re. Again. 1 strike, ma, ga, ma, with the first ma pushed in ga itself. second ma coming to ma, all in one strike. Please mark this. Sa, re. On the second string you say sa, re. Then you come back to the first string and say sa, ma, ga, ma. Once again. First ma in ga, second ma coming back to ma itself. Watch this. Sa, ma, pushed in ga, then ga, ma, sa, ma, ga, ma. Listen to the sound and decide whether I am giving a small shake in. I am giving a small shake in ga. After I play sama, I do a small shake and do the ga, and then go to ma. This will give the flow. These are called microtones, and you need to create the microtones. You can't do a sa, ma, ga, ma. It will sound like this. We don't want that. We want a very pleasant flowing sahityam, for which you need to give microtones or that small shakes. Da, ni, sa. Do, the sa, ma, ga, ma, da, ni is do. The last sa, shri, 4 matra shri, shri. You have to hold the 4 matras very neatly. I'll play this once again. Sa, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, sa, ga, re, sa, ni, da, ma, da, ni, sa, ni, re, sa, ni, da, ma, ni, da, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Pa, ta, sa, ra, ti, re, va. Now, this is all going into the Tarasthai. Sa, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. In one strike. So you will know how you handle the pauses that a sahityam is giving. On the Veena, it is so easy if you understand the movement of your tightening and loosening of your hands to get these muscles to act, help you push through 6, 7, 10 notes, unless you learn the hand dynamics of movement. There is a video that I put just on hand dynamics. Do go and watch it if you have not watched it so far, so you understand how you take the help of muscles to push and get these notes to sing, literally sing for you. So sa, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. This Vasantha Varnam especially gives you a good chance to go through and learn this technique, these kind of hand dynamics. These techniques are going to be so useful for your Kirtane and Manodharma. Watch this. Sa, ga, ma, ga. I'm pushing the ma in ga itself. All in one straight strike. Watch this. Then the next one. Ni, sa, ga, re, sa, ni. Just in ni, sa, re, you're finishing off all 6 notes. Ni, sa, ga, re, sa, ni. With the ga pushed in re. All you need to use is hand dynamics. Da, ma, da, ni. Sa, ra, ti, sa, ni, re, sa. Sa, ni, re is one strike. The last sa is one strike. Push the sa, ni, the sa in ni itself from the. See how I'm getting the sa, ni by pushing it in ni. Sa, ni, re, all in one strike. Go to the re to re itself. Ra, ti. Now that ni, da, ma, I want you to give one strike. The ni coming from sa. How did you get that tanang, that sa to ni sa? By I struck sa and went to ni. Just rub through the frets of between sa and ni. Again. da. Now this ni is taken in da itself. From ma, you push into ni and then do 2 shakes and come bounce back to the flat position of da. This is going to be used very frequently for you to get the akaram out, the alap out, the gamakam out. You call this gamakam. From ma, ni da. Look at this. I pushed it deeply into da with the help of the pressure coming from the tightening of these 3 fingers, including the thumb. And then 2 more shakes and I bounced back to da's flat position. Ga ma ga re sa, ga ma ga, 1 strike, re sa, 1 strike. Re va. Okay, we can do the strike on sa, ga ma ga re, 1 strike, and sa, 1 strike. Let me play this whole line again. Sa ga ma ga re sa, 1 strike, then ni sa ga re sa ni, 1 strike, with the ni coming from sa, and the ga pushed it re itself. Then da ma da ni, 1 strike, then step back to da and say sa ni re sa. Sa ni re, 1 strike, and then sa, 1 strike. From sa you strike and say ni da ma ma, 1 strike. And from ma you strike, push into da and say the ni da. Ga ma ga re, 1 strike, and the last sa will be 1 strike. Next we go into the Mukta Swaram. The minute you say Swaram, at last, no Sahityam, haha, we just play the Swaram as they are, not possible. You have to keep maintaining the Vasantha Raga mood, its characteristics, the way it rolls, the way it brings out the magic of divinity. That needs to continue. Hand dynamics and techniques will not be dropped off just because it is Swaram. So the Mukta Swaram goes like this. Re sa ni da ni sa ma da ni sa re ni sa ga ga ma sa re sa ma ga ma da ma ga ni da sa ni da ma ga re sa da ma ga re ni da ma ga sa ni re sa ni da ma ga da ma ga re sa Ninne Kori. So after the Mukta Swaram, you go and join the Pallavi. Re sa ni da ni sa. So you take the re being re 1. Many a times it has to be played in sa itself. For that also you need to give it a push. A slight push will give it a very, very lilting effect. So this whole thing, re sa ni da ni sa, re sa ni with the re pushed in sa, and you can connect the sa and ni also. So there is a re going into sa and the sa to ni is a connect. You can mark it out all on your book so that you know you don't let go of these small things that have been told. Then from ni to da ni sa, together they'll be, and then go to the second string. Just behind your sa is the ma. So just for the ma you need to go and peep into the 3rd string. So you just say ma like this, then jump back to the sa of the 2nd string. From there you strike and say da ma da ni sa. See how easy if you connect the dots correctly, for which you should know your instrument well. You should know that ma is placed here. That for the ni da, you have to say ma da ni sa, right? To go to the da, I don't have to jump from the ma to the da. I just have to jump to the sa and go to the da from the sa. Mixing of frequencies, mixing of sa and da, mixing of the ma with ga, all of that is a very regular feature on the Veena, especially to bring out the expressions well, and also because the fretboard is a very big fretboard. To jump from one place to the other, you need to look for support. Which note will support the other note, so that I can just go to the closest note possible and take its support to go to the other note. So these kind of things you have to watch intelligently. In this case, ma da ni sa, ma on the 3rd string, and for the da you come from sa. Da ni sa, ma da ni sa, re ni. take the re in sa itself and double strike in sa. One for the re and one to go to the ni. Sa ga ga ma. You can do the sa ga ga ma on the first string is the janda verse. Once again I'm playing this line. Sa re sa ma ga ma. Again go back to the second string to take the sa re played in sa is a very excellent thing for Vasantha Ragam. So see sa re, both every note has to be struck because this is Mukta Swaram. Sa ma ga ma, sa re sa ma ga ma, da ma ga. Normal playing, no connect anywhere. Ni da. Now from ga pushing to da to get the ni da. Sa ni da ma. Sa ni the sa is pushed in ni. See, when you push the sa into ni from da, it sounds more pleasant. Ga ma ga re sa. Once again. Sa re sa ni sa ga ga ma da ma ga ni da sa ni da ma ga re sa. Now 4 notes. Da ma ga re ni da ma ga. You can play all of this plain. But when I'm saying plain, I also am telling you if the da needs a little bit of oscillation, right? Because it's a pure note. Its nature is melody. So when I say plain, you should not play. That is not plain for me. For me, when I say plain, little bit of shake for the da, slight bit of shake for the ga. And from re, push into da once again. Ni da ma ga. The ni is taken in da, for which the push is coming from re. Why re? Because that is where you landed after da ma ga re. So it's much easier to push it from re. Sa ni re sa. Now you're in ga. Push the sa into ni from ga. Because you have landed in ga, it is much easier to push it from ga. Sa ni. Now you have landed in ni. Push into sa to get the re sa. Sa ni re sa. Ni da ma. Play. Ni da. Like I've told you in the Anupalani also how you push the ni in da. For the da you need to give 1 or 2 shakes. For the ni it is fine to just push it into the da like this. Then ma ga da ma. See, ma ga plain, and from ga take the da in ma itself. Push the da in ma. Da ma needs 2 shakes. Da goes straight inside ma, all using the pressure of these 2 fingers, maybe the third finger, the thumb also tightly together. That garisa will go plain. Now for those of you who are getting confused with the speed at which I'm telling, I want you to go piece by piece. So this is the Varnam that you are learning. Then rewind it 2-3 times to see what is being told, because even if I do it extremely slowly, at the end of the day it is you who have to try it out. Listen to what you are playing. Again and again try out how much pressure of the right hand has to go. How much pressure when I say tighten your fingers. How much to push the string backward. All of this depends on how much of pressure you have to put on the Veena. At this point I must mention, when you're learning these Varnams, don't use an amplifier please. Because the amplifier makes you feel that you're doing a very great job with the connect with your instrument. The pressure that you have to apply will never be learnt if you're having an amplifier during your learning sessions. Learning sessions should be without the amplifier. I'll play this Mukta Swaram once again. Back to your Pallavi, ma, ga, ma, da is your Pallavi, right? So you just From Re itself you play the Ga. How do you play? Ma, Ga, Ma. Strike Re, go to Ma and play Ma, Ga. That is your Ga. That first note Ga, you're going to play it as Ma, Ga. And that Ma, Ga is going to happen from Re. See how I'm mixing, just for that one note Ga, I'm mixing the frequency of Re with the frequency of Ma and then the frequency of Ga also. 3 notes together are combining here to get just that Ga. Nin. That is how that Ninne Kori, just to get that small expression of Nin. This is how your mind has to now tune to mixing of frequencies. This is another very beautiful concept for the Vainikas. Make big use of it. Varnams like these are going to train you for such kind of mixing. Ma, Ga, Ma, and then connect to Da. Go and stop at that Sa. Ma, Ga, Ma, Ga, Ni, Ni, Da, Ni, Sa. After that you have an entire half a talam or 8 beats before we go into the Charanam. Now we'll go to the Charanam. Sa, Tri, Sa, Ni, Da, Ni, Da, Da, Ma, Ga, Ga, Ri, Sa. Sa, Ni, Da, Da, Ma, Ga, Da, Da, Ni, Su, Na, Cha, Ru, Ni, Ba. Ri, Kor, Va, Le, Ra, Sa. Now the Sa, the first Sa that you notice, very important that you mark all the pauses. The first Sa is a 3 matra pause. So Sa, Ri, Sa, Ni. Sa, push the Sa from Da or Ma. Sa, as you are pushing, in your head you must say Sa, and then in that Sa itself you take the Ri, Sa, Ni. Little slide Re, since Re is the very next note, don't push too much. Sa, Re, Sa, Ni. Da, Ni, Da, Da, Ma. In one strike. So, Na, Cha, Ru. One strike, or I think you can give 2 strikes because there are 2 syllables there. Da, Ni, 1 strike, Da, Da, Ma, 1 strike. Ni, Ba, Ga, Ma, Ga, Ga, Ri. Take the Ma in Ga itself. Sa, on the second string you go to the, jump to the Da of the second string and say Sa. I'm going to run through this first line once again. From Da or Ma, you're going to do the Sa, 3 matra Sa. Sa, very clearly, either vocally or in your head, you must say Sa, and then Re, Sa, Ni. Play the Re in Sa itself, slightly push it, don't push it too much, the Re will become very sharp. Da, Ni, Da, Da, Ma. Da, Ni, 1 strike, Da, Da, Ma, 1 strike. Da, Ni, push the Ni a little bit when you're playing the Da, Ni. And then Da, Da, Ma. Da goes into an oscillatory mode, 2 oscillations, and Ma coming silent. Ga, Ma, Ga, Ga, Re. Ga, Ma and Ga itself, and then 2 more oscillations for the Ga, Ga, Re. So 5 notes together in 1 strike. Sa, calculation of the 6 matra Sa in your head. Sa, and after that you say Sa, Ni, Da, Da, Ma, Ri, Kor. So you either push the Sa, Ni from Ma or from Da. Sa, Ni, Sa in Ni. Then Da, Da, Ma, Kor. Sa, Ni in Ni, 1 strike, a little bit of shake for the Ni. Da, Da, Ma goes in an oscillatory mode. Da, Da, 2 times you shake the Da, and Ma goes flat. Valera, Ga, Ma, 1 strike, and then Da, Da, Ni, you can do 1 strike. So the entire Charanam will be It's a very, very beautiful charanam, mainly because it starts off with that three mantras. Try to really work on these pauses because it's going to give you an excellent opportunity to play any song that you want to later on. Build the strong foundation here. Varnams are composed in a way that you can learn music to the best. The concepts are all just out there. You just need to watch for it. The first Chittaswaram is a classic example of learning pauses for tightening Tala. 3 plus 3 plus 2, 3 plus 3 plus 2 is the combination at which the pauses are moving. Watch it, observe what I am saying. Sa ni da ma ga re sa ni da. Wasn't it 3? 3 plus 3 plus 2 pauses. Mark it all out. Ni sa, ni sa. Now that combination is broken. For the last 8 notes, ni sa, ga ma da da ni. So before you even go and play it, prepare it. Pre-preparation is important. Observe, mark, sing. Sa ni da ma ga re sa ni da ni sa ga ma da da ni su na. Just see how the beauty of the Chittaswaram ending and the Charanam starting, that confluence, that joining portion, you'll have to pull it off really well. This is what Vasantha is all about. Brings out this fresh kind of expressions here and there. In this case, all the Chittaswarams end and start with the Charanam, those portions are simply beautiful. Pull it off well and you're going to enjoy. You're going to understand what I'm saying. So, when you're playing itself, sa, ni, da, your mind has to sing. Push the sa from da. For the sa, it goes from da, and the minute you shoot off the strike from da, you should say sa in your head. And then ni can be shaken, ni can take the oscillations. Don't shake it too heavily, light shakes. The, keep the flat, two matras. The, and then ma, ga, re. Both ma and ga can be shaken three times. Lightly, they don't distort the feel of the ragam. So, ma, ga, re. And then jump to the second string. From here, you have to go to the sa directly. Sa, ni, da. Sa, very light shakes for sa. Sa is normally a constant note. If you can keep it in your head, that's the best. Sa, ni, da. Watch this. Or any of you're using your leg for talam, use your leg to tap 3 times. That is also good enough. Or if you are able to keep it with the tala string, sa, ni, da. Then, ni, sa. Push the ni from da. Ga, ma, da, da, ni. If you want to do a Jandavarasai, this is a good opportunity to do the Jandavarasai for the da. This is not an oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion of Jandavarasai note comes when you have a Sahityam, which wants the song to oscillate. Here it is a Swaram, so you can go and play a Jandavarasai. I'll play this. Now the second Chittaswaram will be sa ni da ma ga da ma ga re sa ni da ni da re sa ga ma da ma ga ni da ma da ni sa ni da ma ga da ma ga. Look at how you have to bring that sa ni da ma ga. We are talking about Swaram only. There is no Sahityam. But if you play it like this, can you see the flow of ni da ma ga, lightly pushing it. Sa will be very flat, going from da, and then after that lightly. Strike knee, go inside and come back. The strike, go inside, come back. And you have to do all of this a little faster if you're playing a 90, say a tempo of 90 or 100. That was in slow motion. The, ma, ga, re. From ga you push it to the. Sa, ni, da, ni. Sorry. Sa, re, sa, ga. Play the re in sa. Ma, da. Leave the ga, go to ma. Double strike in ma. One for ma, one to push it to the. Sa, re, sa, ga. Ma, da. And then ma, ga, ni, da. Leave the da, come to ma. Double strike in ma. One for ma, one to go to ga. And from ga you strike and push into the da. Ma, da, ni. I'll play the second Chitta Swaram once again. Now the third Chitta Swaram. Da, ni, sa, da, ni, sa, da, ni, da, ma, ga, ma, ni, da, ma, ga, ma, da, ma, ga, ma, ga, re, re, sa, ni, da, ni, sa, da, ni, sa, re, sa, ni, sa, ga, ma, da, ma, ga, ni, da, ma, sa, ni, da, ma, da, ni, su. A lot of tongue twister kind of a thing, but please listen to it again and again and get it in your head. Mark out the phrases. If you notice, the first 5 notes are all in a combination of 3 plus 2. The, ni, or the, ma. So this is how all the lines are starting. If you go sit and observe. So there are 2 avartanams to this Chitta Swaram, and in both the avartanams you have this combination of a 3 plus 2 pauses starting off the lines. Da, ni, sa. Again a calculation in the head. The can be shaken in the. You can keep a control of that the by shaking the because the can take the shake. Da, ni, sa, da, ni, da, ma. The, ni, sa you play it plain. The, ni, the, ma, with the help of the tightening of fingers, you play the ni in da itself. Ga, ma, ni, da, ma. Now your fingers have landed in ma now. So you play the gamma from ma. Look at that, how you're getting that da, ma of the next line by pushing the ni in da itself. Ga, ma, ni, da, ma. And you should see that you keep the control of the 3 pauses of the da by shaking. Once again, I'm going to play this particular phrase. Da, ni, sa, da, ni, sa, da, ni, da, ma, ga, ma, ni, da, ma, ga, ma, da, ma, ga, ma, ga, re, re, sa, ni. So, ga, ma, da, ma, we keep it plain and simple. By plain, I mean you have to definitely do the pushes and pulls of the individual notes. That I'm not even mentioning now, because by now you know that da requires a small push, ga requires a little bit of a shake. Sometimes ma is played in ga itself, re is played in sa itself. These are all the basic rules that we are following in Vasantha. By now you must be understanding it. So, ga, ma, ni, da, ma, ga, ma, da, ma. So we were at that ga, ma, da, ma. Ga, ma, da, ma. Ga, ma, ga, re, re, sa, ni. Ga, ma, ga, you take the ma in ga itself. And then re re sa ni, jump to the re of the second string. Re re sa ni. Do the Jandavarase format. Sa to ni connect. Da ni sa. The again the da takes the shake of the three pauses. Connect the da to ni. Da ni sa re sa ni. The ni sa re. The re goes in sa itself. Sa ga ga ma. Again another chance for the Jandavarase. You come to the first string. Sa ga ga ma. Then from ma you push into da again to keep the three matras of the da ma. Then ga ni da ma. Here I am not asking you to push the ni in da, though you can do it. But I want somewhere to listen to the high, the ni in its own place. So I am saying this is a very discretionary thing. You have to listen, feel for the ni or the da and do it accordingly. Here I feel that the ni in ni itself will sound really good. Then sa ni da ma. Now here the sa can be pushed into the ni itself from ma. Da ni. Again a Jandavarase, an opportunity to play your split finger. Let me play this third Chittaswaram for you. Now here the sa I am taking from ga. I was the ni, my finger finished at ni after the third Chittaswaram. So I strike ni, I come to ga and then I go to sa all in one strike for that sa of the charanam. So see, watch this. So many frequencies are mixed together. So na ni, strike ni, go to ga and go to sa all in one strike. Now we are coming to the very last Chittaswaram, and it is Vasantha in a nutshell. So many of you get tired by the time you come to the last Chittaswaram, rightly so. But all the Varnam, most of the Varnams, that is where you find the entire Raga Anubhavam, the experience of the Raga. So do show patience, mark out all of the phrases and learn this Chittaswaram also the way you've learned all the other Chittaswarams. Don't be lax in any way. Sa ni sa ni da ma ga re sa. Ga re sa ni da ma da ni sa ni da ma ga re sa. Ni da ni sa ni sa ma ga da. Sa re sa ma ga ni da ga ma da ni ma ga da ni da ma ga re sa ga ma da ni sa ga ma ga re sa ni da da ma ga re sa ga ma da ni su na ja ru ni ba. The connects again, once again, is so very touching. As far as this Chittaswaram is concerned, do mark out the phrases. As I am teaching also, you can mark it out. So block it out, go through it again and again. Listen to this, listen to what I have sung, so that you know where all I have given emphasis, which notes I have given emphasis. Pack it all up. And with the help of the phrasial explanations that I have given in Abhogi, extremely elaborative in Mohanam, you should be able to know which is the junction phrase, which is the swing phrase, where are patterns happening, all of that. Now this Vasantha Varnam should be an exercise for you to do this thing by yourself. If you have any doubt, do write to my comment section, or my email ID is there in the about section. You can also write in the email ID for any extra help. Now, sa, 6 matras, how to hold? A. 3 akarams will make it 6 matras. In your head again, or on your legs, or with the talam string. Sa, so go from ma. Ni, sa, ri, ni. From sa itself you can connect to the ni. It sounds very beautiful. Sorry, I took the wrong re. Ni connected from sa, then sa, re plain, and from re again back to ni. So both the knees are therefore getting connects from their previous notes. Once again, da, ma, ga, re. Those are all going to be played like you play the individual notes, no connects here. The ga is getting a pause, so you do a shake of the ga. Sa, again a 6 matra sa, which you need to wait, correctly hold it. On the metronome it's 3 beats, so pauses and talams, be very aware. Ga, re, sa, ni. Now that you have done the sa here on the lower mantra sthayis shajamam, jump to the ma before the sa on the first string. From here push into the re to get the ga, re, sa, ni. Ma to re, push for the ga and then come out for the re. Then sa, ni, sa to ni connect. Da, ma, da, ni. Da, ma, normal play. Da, you push it. Ni. Again I am going to play this. Sa. Jump to the ma. Da, re, sa, ni, da, ma, da, ni. The next line. Sa, ni, da, ma, ga. Take the sa and ni. Push it from da. Ma, da, ma, ga, re, sa. There is no connect here. You can just do a simple plain playing. Sa, ni. Only the sa taken in ni is something different in this particular line here. Of course, when you go to the da, you need to push the da a little bit behind. Ni, the ni, sa, re, ni. The ni is coming from sa. See how this ni is, I'm clipping the ni from sa, I'm striking the sa. You hear the sound, you need to create the sound by clipping across the fret. Now the second ni is also pushed from da. Sa, re, ni. Take the re in sa itself. Sa, re, and one more strike in sa to go to the ni. So sa is striking for both the re, which is going with the note next to it, and the ni, which is a note below it. Sa, ma, ga, ma, da. 4 matra. So clearly wait there. I'm going to play this line again. Sa, re, sa, ma, ga, ni, da. Sa, re, taken in sa on the second street. Sa, ma, ga, ma. Earlier also I told you, when you have a ma, ga, ma, first ma is played in ga itself. Second ma comes to ma. Sa, re, sa, ma, ga, ma. And then da, ma, ga, plain. Ni, da, pushed in da. Then ga, ma, da, da, ni. From da itself you play the ga. Ga, ma, da, da, gender say. Again. Sa, re, sa, ma, ga. Sorry. ga ma da. One ma in ga. The first ma goes in ga, second ma comes out. Ma ga ma da da ni ni da ma ga re. Ma ga ma da da ni ni da ma ga re. Rest of it is all played plain. The Jandavarse is played as Jandavarse. The rest of the notes are plain. Again. Sorry. Ma ga re sa. Ma ga pushed, the ma pushed in ga itself. And then you say ga ma da ni. All of them are played without any connects between each other. The ga and the dha, as usual, get that little bit of a push. Sa ga ma ga re sa. Play the ma in ga. Sa ga ma ga. Ga will be played in. The ma will be played in ga itself. Ni da da ma ga re sa. Now ni again you're going to clip from sa. Ni da da ma ga re sa. No pause in the sa. Da ma da ni. Sa ga ma ga re sa. Ni da da ma ga re sa. Ga ma da ni. Now take the ga from ma. It will sound beautiful. Again a clipping thing like you did for the sa and ni. Strike ma and go to ga. So I'll play this entire Chittiswaram for you. So the finishing is also extremely important. So you can just finish it at sa, sa ni da da ma ga ma da da ni. Going from dha. That will be a good finish for you. I hope those of you who are watching this video and learning from it observe all the kinds of different techniques that I have talked in terms of playing, pushing a note within a note, mixing of the frequencies, gliding through the silent notes, how you go through many silent notes, and each one of these techniques is going to really help you when you have to go and express a song. Please do leave your comments in the comment section, and these are my motivating factors. Thank you so much.